information management. It actually addresses a number of key areas in its most simple and core, functionality. It's really lets you securely save, retrieve, version control around documents. They could be scanned paper, they could be electronic documents, but at its core, therefore, provides document management functionality that you would expect. In addition to that, we also have the ability to automate manual business processes with workflow. So I could take my contract review process or my invoice review process and now automate that with workflows. And then lastly, we have the ability to run business analytic reports to see how efficient these workflow processes are running, identify inefficiencies, and ultimately make your organization more efficient and profitable. So feature functionality product-wise, that's really where Therefore fits in the Canon solution set.
Para los que no tienen mucho conocimiento de Therefore, Therefore es la plataforma de tecnología de grado empresarial de Canon. Se trata de una solución completa de gestión de información que le permite a su organización administrar información como un activo. Incluye funciones básicas de administración de documentos, como guardar documentos escaneados y documentos electrónicos en un repositorio central y seguro. Facilita la búsqueda y recuperación de documentos fácilmente y al igual facilita la administración de los documentos con control de versiones. Facilita la automatización de los procesos manuales de negocios con flujos de trabajo y provee informes sobre la eficiencia con la que se ejecutan los procesos comerciales de su organización, que ayudan a identificar las ineficiencias para asistir con el ahorro de dinero.
Therefore has been sold for about 5 years in Latin America as an on-premise version, and this would install on a local area network on a server, and that's still available. What we're launching is our online version of the product. It's called Therefore Online, and it's hosted on Microsoft Azure. And really the focus of this presentation is around our online offering and what's new and available starting this week. I think it'll be a really good fit with various dealerships across Latin America, easier to sell, easier to support, and we'll see those details coming up.
Therefore está disponible en dos versiones. La primera versión es la instalación local, donde Therefore se instala en los servidores y LAN locales del cliente. Esta versión de Therefore ha estado disponible para venderse en América Latina durante los últimos 5 años. La segunda versión, que es la versión en línea, el componente del servidor de Therefore está alojado en el servicio de nube de Microsoft Azure y no requiere de instalación de un servidor local. Therefore en línea es el nuevo lanzamiento de oferta para el mercado de América Latina.
Certainly the motivation behind this is, I think as we all can see and sense, the world is moving online. And I've seen it just in sales. We've been selling Therefore Online in the US for about 3 years now. And in that respect, more and more customers choose online than they did last year or the year before.
Adopción de las nubes es una tendencia creciente. Las tendencias de la industria muestran que más clientes están trasladando sus requisitos de TI a soluciones alojadas en la nube. Para el año 2021 se espera que el 54% de los clientes estarán utilizando soluciones de TI basadas en la nube. 21% usará infraestructura de nube privada y menos de la mitad de las empresas mantendrán la infraestructura de TI tradicional.
So what are the benefits for customers using Therefore Online? First, reduce costs. You don't have to purchase a server. You don't have to have a system administrator. All that's included in the hosted online version from Microsoft Azure. Business continuity, I think, is a very important topic to discuss with your customers. Certainly over the years, whether it's hurricanes, wildfires, or earthquakes in the West. No lack of, natural disasters that can stop, a company's business. And many companies, go out of business if they don't have backups of critical documents. Therefore, online brings that immediately, business continuity. Improved security. Data is actually encrypted when it's written to the Azure server. So you actually have very high and improved security over what may be used internally today at a customer site. And then operational agility. Microsoft Azure lets you add resources like more CPU or more memory very quickly and easily to adjust to performance requirements. All that really comes from the Microsoft Azure hosting platform.
Bueno, hablando de los beneficios para el cliente, al utilizar una solución en línea, los clientes se benefician de muchas maneras. Primero, los costos son reducidos, ya que el cliente no necesita comprar servidores o software de base de datos, ni requiere el empleo de personales de administración de sistemas. Segundo, una oferta en línea brinda beneficios inmediatos de continuidad del negocio a través del almacenamiento de los documentos críticos de empresas, ya que se guardan en el centro de datos seguros de Microsoft Azure en vez de localmente, donde corren el riesgo a través de fuegos, inundaciones, etc. Tercero, therefore en línea, aprovecha un modelo de seguridad bastante definido. Cuarto, la agilidad operacional, ya que la solución en línea permite agregar más recursos como utilización de CPU, incremento de memoria, incremento de banda, etc., según crecen las necesidades del cliente. Quinto, todo eso está respaldado por todos los beneficios que ofrece el sistema robusto de nube de Microsoft Azure.
So more details on the Microsoft Azure hosting platform. Some fairly advanced IT and architectures are designed to improve high availability. So with Therefore Online, the server actually is a 2-node cluster that has failover technology. So a much higher available uptime than you would have with a locally installed server. Geo-redundancy of data. Data is saved off-site, so even though primary copy of data is saved with the primary data center that Microsoft Azure hosts, we also use a Microsoft feature to redundantly save that data off-site. It basically improves reliability. All that adds up to close to 24/7 business continuity. There's always somebody staffed in manning that data center. It's actually hosted out of Iowa, state of Iowa. So Microsoft Azure worldwide has data centers, and what Therefore is delivering in the Americas is consistent with offerings in Europe and Asia Pacific. So technically, and the business model is identical worldwide using Microsoft Azure. Microsoft brings a lot of compliance and regulations to the table, certainly around security. So things, once again, that a customer would have to build into their local server and local area network, all that you get off the shelf, so to speak, with Microsoft. And then finally, as mentioned, all data is encrypted, whether it's in transit, going over the network via HTTPS, but even at the server itself, hosted by Microsoft, all data is encrypted when it's written to disk. So once again, it's probably much more secure than a simple server install at a customer site.
Ok, hablando con más detalles sobre los beneficios de un sistema hospedado vía Microsoft Azure. Primero, alta disponibilidad, ya que Azure cuenta con un 99.95% de tiempo de actividad y un acuerdo de nivel de servicio estricto. Los clústeres de conmutación por fallo en el sistema Therefore en línea garantizan un mayor una mayor fiabilidad y disponibilidad de datos para los clientes. Georredundancia, porque el almacenamiento georredundante replica los datos a una región secundaria que está a cientos de millas de la región principal. La escalabilidad bajo demanda, ya que Azure permite, therefore, escalar fácilmente los recursos para optimizar el rendimiento del sistema y garantiza que los clientes obtengan la experiencia máxima posible. Cumplimiento, la plataforma Azure ha sido certificada como compatible con muchas certificaciones, ejemplos HIPAA, FERPA, DOD, FDA, IRS 1075, etc. A través de mundial, incluyendo los requisitos de Asia. Y claro, seguridad. Los datos en tránsito se encriptan usando la tecnología SSL, TLS, y el inicio de sesión único con servicios de federación de directorio activo está disponible con Therefore Online, y los datos guardados en el centro de datos de Microsoft Azure siempre están encriptados.
So what are the benefits of Therefore Online for dealerships? What does Therefore Online help with? It opens up new markets and a customer base today that maybe you can't have business discussions with. Maybe it's a newer or smaller company that hasn't invested a lot in information technology. They haven't bought servers. They don't have a sysadmin. So those smaller emerging companies, Therefore Online, can immediately provide a very robust information management solution. In fact, I can use a web client to connect to Therefore Online. So with zero software installed, I can start using the system. Also, from an accounting perspective, it's interesting, but many times a subscription, like an online subscription, and we'll see how the product is licensed in a little more detail coming up, but the subscription is viewed as an operational expenditure versus a capital expenditure. If I'm going to buy a physical server for an on-premise install, therefore it might it's viewed in a different accounting perspective. Sometimes it's a little easier to get projects approved if it's a simple operational expenditure for the customer. Some customers, and I'm seeing this more in the U.S., it's kind of split down the middle. Some customers don't want to go online because of concerns, let's say, for securities. Other customers, the other half, absolutely do not want to invest in on-premise hardware. So it's at times it's kind of divided down the middle, but Therefore Online definitely addresses a market need that's very strong and growing, and we've seen that in the U.S. Also, like all of the Canon solutions around products like Uniflow, therefore Nuance eCopy, for example, it can also help drive hardware sales, Canon hardware sales. Therefore Online has a MEEP connector, a MFP connector for Image Runner advanced devices. So immediately you can start using Canon hardware with this online solution.
Hablando de los beneficios de Therefore en línea, ¿cuáles son los beneficios? Bueno, primeramente abre nuevos mercados y bases de clientes sin grandes gastos iniciales de capital. La suscripción aparece como gasto operacional, reduce las barreras de ventas al ofrecer a los clientes un bajo costo de inicio y un presupuesto más fácil. El servicio hospedado apela a una nueva base de clientes y provee flujos de ingreso adicionales. Impulsa las ventas del hardware asociado y de los servicios profesionales. Therefore en línea se ofrece como un servicio de suscripción anual. Una vez al año, el cliente paga un precio de suscripción por la configuración del sistema. Esto se traduce en menores costos iniciales que la instalación tradicional local. No hay servidor para comprar, no hay base de datos para comprar, no hay consideración de administradores de sistemas a quien pagar. Esto se traduce en un menor costo inicial que el cliente necesita para presupuestar. Desde una perspectiva de contabilidad, los servicios de suscripción son gastos de operación frente a las instalaciones locales de hardware y software, que son más gastos de capital. Esto puede hacer que sea más fácil para un cliente presupuestar una solución en línea y ayuda a través de las ventas, ya que existen conectores de MIP que funcionan directamente con el hardware de Canon.
Some of the benefits of selling therefore online, it's a package, it can be a package solution, and we'll see that. I'll actually show live here something called therefore online SMB. And that's one example of having a pre-built system that once ordered, within 48 hours, you have a completely usable therefore online solution that I could start saving contracts or invoices to. So it's very flexible. If you have local market needs for specific, business processes or document types, we can create a simple package solution that you could sell and install more or less immediately.
Sobre los beneficios de vender therefore en línea. Bueno, son soluciones empaquetadas, son soluciones simples, escalables y preconfiguradas, desarrolladas específicamente para mercados locales y abren las puertas a la gestión de la información. Therefore en línea está listo para usar dentro de las 48 horas posteriores a la presentación de la orden de compra. Y la URL del sistema en línea y la información de inicio de sesión normalmente se envían al soporte de Canon Latinoamérica, y con therefore en línea no se necesita instalar servicio de TI. Los usuarios pueden conectarse usando un cliente web, no se requiere ninguna instalación de software. Las soluciones empaquetadas como el SMB en línea, que veremos a continuación, se pueden precargar para que el cliente las use inmediatamente.
And finally, benefits to selling therefore online. It's easier to show and demo. We have many online demo examples that we can help with in the field to provide you solutions that you can show a customer without any setup on your part. It's very fast and easy to deploy. So within 48 hours of receiving an order from Canon, you will receive the login credentials, the URL, username, and password to log in and use the system. It also, being a subscription model, and therefore is licensed primarily by user. So if you're familiar with therefore on-premise, we have a named, concurrent, or read-only user. Same in therefore online. It's just a yearly subscription. So once per year, I pay for that user license, that named user license, and I renew. Nice thing about that is the maintenance and software assurance is actually more or less baked into that yearly subscription price. So with on-premise, it can be challenging to get a customer sometimes to pay their software assurance. They don't have the option with therefore online. If a customer's subscription, ends and they don't want to renew it, we'll let them migrate their data off of therefore online to a local drive, let's say at their company. But we can basically turn off that online server. So many benefits, but ease of sale, ease of setup is primary to therefore online.
En cuanto a los beneficios de vender therefore en línea, ¿cuáles son los beneficios? Bueno, el ciclo de venta es reducido, es mucho más fácil de demostrar en vivo, no hay configuración de infraestructura, es rápido y fácil de implementar. El software del cliente no necesita ser instalado localmente, es adecuado para aplicaciones empaquetadas. Ya que therefore en línea es más fácil de demostrar a los clientes, el resultado es un ciclo de ventas reducido. A la vez, el software assurance viene incluido en el precio de la suscripción, que a veces se sobreentiende que es un poquito complicado buscar que el cliente quede de acuerdo de pagar el software assurance, y nos permite controlar semejante situación porque localmente un sistema de Dayforce instalado puede continuar funcionando mucho después que se termine el software assurance, mientras que con una suscripción de Dayforce en línea, nosotros controlamos el acceso a ese sistema y se puede terminar al momento que se termine la suscripción.
So we've hopefully illustrated some of the business reasons why Therefore Online is an attractive solution, both for you to sell and for customers to use. Therefore Online is very flexible. One thing we launched a couple years ago was a package solution to target, or we call it small, medium businesses, but it doesn't have to be of any particular company size. So Therefore Online SMB takes the whole online platform and provides a package targeted solution. And we'll see what that is in more detail in the coming slide.
Therefore en línea incluye todas las características y funcionalidades que ofrece una instalación local. La funcionalidad de Therefore en línea es bastante similar a una edición Enterprise instalada localmente. Se pueden crear categorías y definir flujos de trabajo. Todo esto se puede configurar con la asistencia de Canon y los servicios profesionales. Una nueva solución empaquetada para facilitar la venta se llama Therefore Online SMB, Small Medium Business, o negocio pequeño y mediano. Esta es una solución preempaquetada que no requiere configuración ni servicios profesionales para configurar al inicio. Y vamos a ver ahora qué ofrece SMB en línea con más detalle.
So practically, what does this product look like? It will be on your new Canon Latin America price list, and you'll see a new online offering. It's a single line item, so it's very easy to order and understand. The base Therefore Online SMB solution comes with 5 users, and that could be either named or concurrent. Extra users can be added, so you can start with 5 as a base, and then I could add a 6th, a 10th, or a 20th user, no limits. Each user with Therefore Online and Online SMB comes with 10 gigabytes of storage. So the base system with 5 users will come with 50 gigabytes of storage at no additional cost. That's just bundled in. There are 6 business areas that Therefore Online SMB targets. We'll see, but accounting, human resources, legal contracts, for example. And in those 6 business areas, there's 21 pre-configured categories to save your business documents to. What we've added to this latest version of OSMB, Online SMB, are 5 pre-built business analytic reports. And I'll show you a quick demo and we'll see that. But if I save invoices to my category and therefore reports will automatically be generated to see how many invoices have been paid or how many are pending. Therefore has some nice functionality that comes out in each release, and we have an electronic form as part of the OSMB solution. And really that allows users to enter information without necessarily saving a document. The form itself becomes an electronic document. So that's part of the system as an example. And Rob, why don't I let you summarize that before I move to the next points.
Okay. SMB en línea viene reconstruido con lo que ven acá. Un inquilino de Therefore en línea incluye 5 licencias de usuario nombradas o concurrentes las cuales se le pueden agregar 1, 2, 5 más, según sea necesario. 10 gigabytes de espacio por usuario, 50 gigabytes en total. 6 áreas comerciales, 21 categorías preconfiguradas. 5 informes incorporados. Un formulario electrónico incorporado que esencialmente funciona como un documento sin la necesidad del usuario archivar un documento. Página tutorial y de ayuda. Es aprovisionado dentro de las 48 horas. No se requieren servicios profesionales. SMB en línea puede crecer. Se pueden agregar categorías, se pueden agregar usuarios, se pueden definir flujos de trabajo.
Therefore, online SMB will be provisioned, as we call it, in 48 hours. So submit your purchase order. 48 hours, you'll receive login credentials and a completely usable system. There are online help tutorial pages, videos that let users teach themselves. So the whole idea with OSMB, online SMB, is to have a package solution that requires as little installation, configuration, or training as possible. And we help with that by having online videos that step people through how to search and find documents, for example. And there's no professional service required. I think in practice, many times a customer wants to change the system slightly, but one attractive aspect to this is you don't have to have a complex statement of work, a complex project. We're really selling it as a starting point package solution. And then later on, you might grow, add workflows, for example. A quick screenshot. As mentioned, there's 6 business areas around human resources, accounting, sales, and marketing. And then categories to support common document types in those 6 areas.
El SMB en línea admite 6 áreas de negocios: contabilidad, contratos, recursos humanos, servicios al cliente, ventas y marketing, gestión de pedidos. 21 categorías están predefinidas en estas 6 áreas de negocios.
New to the latest version of online SMB are 5 pre-built reports. This uses technology in our product called Business Analytics. And there's lots of good information that we can generate reports from. 5 of the categories in online SMB lended themselves well to this, including AP invoice status, accounts receivable, expense report, contract status, and customer service questions and support tickets. If you purchase online SMB and start saving documents to your accounts payable category, your image runner can just be scanning and saving those to Therefore Online. Within a matter of days or a week, you'll start having these reports automatically generate based on the documents being saved.
Nuevo en la última versión de SMB, Therefore SMB en línea viene con 5 informes analíticos de negocio preconstruidos, estado de la factura de cuentas por pagar, estado de factura de cuentas por cobrar, estado del informe de gastos, estado del boleto de servicio al cliente, estado del contrato. Cuando los documentos se guardan en las categorías apropiadas, los informes se generan automáticamente. Significa que el usuario puede estar escaneando documentos vía el MFP, y siempre y cuando los documentos lleguen a la categoría asociada con el reporte, podrán ver cómo automáticamente se generan los reportes analíticos.
This is standard functionality in Therefore, whether it's on-premise or with Therefore online SMB, but integration with the Microsoft Office suite out of the box, it's a very nice integration where if I'm in Word or Excel or PowerPoint, also Microsoft Outlook, Therefore is integrated into the ribbon bar, and I can set up profiles. So for example, I might go on a business trip and I have an expense report I've written up in Microsoft Excel. I can save that directly to Therefore, and that may start a workflow for a review. So very easy and detailed integration with the Microsoft Office suite.
Esta es funcionalidad estándar para Therefore. Therefore SMB en línea, al igual que el Therefore local, se integra con el conjunto de aplicaciones de Microsoft Office. Los usuarios pueden guardar y recuperar documentos directamente en Therefore desde Excel, Word, PowerPoint y Outlook.
As mentioned, videos come packaged links to online help and videos that let an end user get started without any formal sit-down training. They can at least start using the system immediately with some tutorials.
Como habíamos mencionado, el SMB en línea incluye enlaces a 5 videos para ayudar a los usuarios a comenzar a entender y a usar Therefore, aún sin haber tenido entrenamiento formal.
So to summarize, certainly the key talking points selling online SMB include ready to sell, off-the-shelf package solution, no setup, provides immediate business continuity and protection, disaster recovery protection for mission critical documents, no IT investment on the customer's side, a much more affordable entry-level cost, so much cheaper to start online, and you can expand and grow the solution. It's not limited. It uses our Therefore Online platform hosted by Microsoft Azure, but I can certainly enhance and add workflows, additional reporting, additional scanning, so no limitations. It's really a starting point that's meant to be easy to sell.
Para resumir, hablando de cómo vender OSMB o OSMB, es una solución lista para usar, se vende de fábrica, no es necesario configurar, instalaciones son conecta y reproduce, no requiere inversión o infraestructura de TI de parte del cliente, el mantenimiento del software, actualizaciones y soporte están incluidos y se expande según sea necesario, comprando más licencias y el sistema se actualiza sin problemas.
And to finish, Therefore's solution in general has received a number of industry awards. Buyers Lab Institute in the United States has awarded Therefore's Enterprise Edition Outstanding ECM Platform, and that was in 2015. More recently, in 2017, Therefore won for an Outstanding Information Management Platform. And with the launch of Therefore Online SMB, we received a BLI 2018 award for Outstanding Information Management and Workflow Platform, specifically for this packaged online SMB offering.
Therefore ha ganado varios premios, incluyendo el premio Buyers Lab Institute 2015 por mejor plataforma de SM. También ganó premio BLI 2017 por plataforma de gestión de información excepcional. Y con este último producto de OSMB en línea, Therefore Recientemente, Therefore SMB en línea ha ganado el premio BLI del 2018 por ser una excelente plataforma de mensajería instantánea y flujo de trabajo.
And with that, that completes today's webinar. I'd like to open it up to questions. As mentioned previously, there's a chat window in the WebEx screen that you can submit questions, and Rob and I will be happy to answer.
Con eso concluimos la presentación. Y si tienen algunas preguntas, pueden enviarse mediante el botón QA en la mitad derecha de la pantalla WebEx, y yo y Keith estaremos felices de contestarles.
Okay, so at this point, let's go ahead and give our guests a few minutes to think about and type out their questions. In the meantime, Keith, Rob, if you could maybe show us a brief demo of what Therefore Online SMB looks like. So Keith, if you don't mind, I'll pass the presenter rights back to you. So you should be getting them now.
Very good.
Okay.
Thanks, Kono.
Sure.
So what I'll show you real briefly is Therefore Online SMB and a couple other features in the product. As mentioned, Therefore can connect to a local server or a online server, and the user experience is the same. If I order Therefore Online SMB, I'll receive a URL, login credentials to the online server. We have something called a tenant name, and then a username and password. Online SMB comes with 5 named or 5 concurrent users. There's 2 options. And they have a predefined username, user 1, user 2, and then a password assigned. First time you log in, you change those accounts. But once I have that, I can log in. And this is a running version of Online SMB, localized in Spanish. It's also available in English, and soon for the Brazilian market, we're also going to have a Portuguese version of this. So we're trying to support the local regions. But as the presentation discussed, 6 general areas, therefore Online SMB is addressing: accounting, human resources, legal contracts, customer service, sales, and order management. So it's a completely pre-built usable system. Categories come pre-built. They all can be customized. One important point, Therefore Online SMB doesn't have any limitations. So if I want to add any functionality or change anything, you can do that with admin rights. I could add a workflow, for example. So in the example in the presentation, you could have your Canon Image Runner advanced device with an MFP connector connected to the network, and I can start scanning and saving invoices, expense reports, for example. And from that, reports can be generated. So all the metadata, when was the invoice archived, when is the invoice due, you can start to generate useful reports. So this comes with Online SMB, and it's looking all that at the metadata in the associated with each document, and then using that to generate a report. So we have pre-built reports for accounts payable and accounts receivable, invoices. We also have a report around service tickets, expense reports, and contract information. Once again, all this is expandable or modified. So that's a quick look at Online SMB. You can also, as we looked, easily save documents. So from your Microsoft Office, So here, therefore integrates with the Office suite, including using therefore online. Therefore is available in the ribbon bar. So if I take a business trip, I can fill out an expense report. And instead of saving it to my C drive and maybe emailing it, I can have a profile set up that automatically maps that information out of the spreadsheet to certain key index fields and then saves this. And this will be saved to the online server. And ultimately, we can, see that reflected in a report. As mentioned, there's no limitations with online and online SMB. So here, if I'm going to change my network connection, the other key component I think that's important with therefore is the ability to automate a business process. And usually this is with a bit of consultation with the customer, but very quickly to automate a business process, make it run more efficiently. This is an example of a workflow that's been running to route an invoice. So with therefore online SMB, you could start with simple scan and archive, version control, provide security and business continuity, disaster recovery. But you could also then start to, let's say in a second phase, add workflow as part of the solution. And these are going to reflect what might be a manual business process today. We're automating and routing that invoice and ultimately avoid, as we see here in the log file, that this invoice is overdue. So therefore it could automatically escalate and route that to a manager. So many times as a simple solution, therefore can address an accounts payable, financial workflow process very well and efficiently. So a few highlights, I'll leave it at that. And Kono, have there been any questions in the interim?
Yes, there have been. So let's do the questions like this, Keith. I'll read them out to you. You can answer them in English, and then Rob will translate into Spanish, because some of them were also received in Spanish for our Spanish-speaking guests, okay?
Okay.
All right. So the first one is the SMB package available for Latin America and the Caribbean?
Yes.
Sí, el paquete de OSMB está disponible para Latinoamérica y el Caribe.
Okay, great. Next question. When will this be added to the CLAG price list?
A good question. I'll talk to Canada Latin America, Melville. I know we had hoped to have it on the price list by now, but I'll follow up and we'll get you a specific date.
Aún no existe fecha, pero Keith se comunicará con la oficina de Melville para solucionar la lista de precios y para que se incluya el OSMB para Latinoamérica.
Okay, next one. Is there a cloud version that is not SMB, so you can create your own departments and types of documents?
Yes. All OSMB is doing is providing some pre-built categories, let's say, but it's installed on what is the main therefore online offering. So if you look at your price list today, you'll see therefore online, or if therefore online is on your price list, you will see line items so you can order a tenant, and anywhere from 1 to 50, 100, 1,000 users. And with that, you'll get a pre-built tenant. It has therefore installed, but it doesn't have any pre-built categories. All the functionality is there that you have on premise. It's just a system cleanly installed, ready to use.
Sí, está disponible el Therefore en línea, no necesariamente OSMB. En cuanto a OSMB, no hay limitación, simplemente es un punto de inicio con las categorías preconfiguradas. La diferencia en cuanto a OSMB y la versión regular o no OSMB es que no incluye categorías preconfiguradas, pero sí está disponible.
And also a nice feature added in the 2017 release is something called Active Directory Federated Services. So with Therefore Online now, I can have my security domain, my Active Directory security and domain span up and include the online server. So an Active Directory user defined in your local AD users and groups can be synchronized to the online server.
Con la nueva versión 2017, ahora se ha incluido la función de ADFS, o sea, directorio activo federado, y se pueden sincronizar los usuarios del dominio local con el servidor de Therefore en línea.
Okay, guys, I got a comment related to the previous question of it, whether it's available on the Canon Latin America price list. Comment from Maria Alejandra. She says, Therefore Online is already in the Latin America price book since March. Dealers can contact their sales rep for more information.
Should I translate that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Acuerdo a María Alejandra, ya el Therefore en línea está disponible en la lista de precios. And who do they need to contact?
Their local sales rep.
Solo tienen que comunicarse con el vendedor local.
Okay, Rob, I got a question in Spanish, so I sent it to you over Skype.
Okay. Migrar del SMB al online completo, o sea, la diferencia en cuanto a SMB y la versión online completa, como se había mencionado, es simplemente un punto de inicio donde se incluyen reportes y categorías predefinidas. Cualquier sistema, ya sea local o SMB, incluye la funcionalidad de exportar una configuración e importarla a cualquier otra instalación. O sea que sí se puede migrar fácilmente cualquier instalación de Therefore, ya sea en línea o sea instalación local.
Okay, I'll do a quick English summary of that. So the question is if it's possible to migrate from SMB to the full Therefore Online. Yes, it is. First of all, Therefore Online SMB is just a package added to Therefore Online. So that means that you can also use the full functionality of Therefore Online alongside the SMB functionality. In general, it's also possible to migrate from one Therefore system to another because Therefore configurations and categories are easily exportable and importable just with the simple XML utility. So let me see, I think I got another question. 1 second.
Well, while you read that question, another comment. Therefore, 2018, the release should be available in July, but we've added in the 2017 and 2018 release multi-language functionality. So I can have a category localized in 3 different languages, English, Spanish, and Portuguese. And an end user can choose how those category index fields will display. So my coworker can be using a Spanish category, I can be using it in English to access the same document. So something that might be useful in some of the Latin American countries.
Okay, Rob, I sent you another one. Rob, you there?
Sorry. Sí, la pregunta es si pueden contar con una cuenta de demostración para conocer el producto. Solo necesitan enviar un correo electrónico a customerservice@therefore.net y pedir una licencia demo y luego se le creará el inquilino de demostración en el servidor en línea.
Rob, just one more comment. They can also do this from our extranet. There's a form for it.
Al igual, hay un formulario en la página extranet para pedir un inquilino en Therefore en línea.
Okay, and the full question in English was if it's possible to get an account for demonstrating Therefore Online SMB. Yes, it is. You can either send an email to our customer service team, customerservice@therefore.net, or you can also request one through a form on the Therefore extranet. So that's it, guys. There's no more questions. So I think looks like we're all set for today.
Fair enough. Well, thank you, everyone.
Gracias a todos.
Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye bye.